Hey guys, Metal Viking 82 here, back to show off yet more plunder that I have acquired over the last little while. Soundtrack has changed for this video though. We are now listening to the debut self-titled release from Force of Evil. And if you are a fan of Merciful Fate, King Diamond, and Iron Fire, this project here features current and former members of all those projects. So definitely worth checking out, especially if you love the aforementioned bands or just, straight up heavy metal. In this video, I'm going to show some recent additions I made to my autograph collection. If you have watched my videos long enough, you will know that I love getting my albums autographed. Whether it's when I order directly from the band, asking them if they would be kind enough to sign it, or if back when we could go to shows, I would run into the bands, I would take my stuff with me and hopefully run into them and then get it signed. But yeah, got some really cool additions here. And starting things off with a black and death metal band from Mission, South Texas that formed back in 2017. I am talking about Unholy Desecration with their debut full-length album, Unholy Horde. I actually reviewed this band's first EP, Born of Evil, which came out in 2018, and the band saw this review and actually contacted me a little while back, was like, hey, we would love to send you a copy of our debut full length to check out. And I was first shocked because that doesn't happen to me. And I was like, hell yeah, would you guys mind signing it for me? And they were like, absolutely. And as you can see, they signed it for me. And they also threw in a killer looking patch, which I've got put up right now. But yeah, if I could use one word to describe this album though, it is crushing. If you love black and death metal, this is some of the best that I've heard in a long time, and I'm not just saying that either. This is absolutely killer. Definitely worth checking out. Unholy Desecration. Next up, we have some speed thrash from California that formed back in 1984. These are both from the same band, and that is Hyrax. Yeah, been around, like I said, since 1984, but I don't have very much from them, so I wanted to, change that. I recently became, well, I am waiting for him to accept a friend request, but I follow the vocalist, Caden DePena, on, hopefully I said his name right, on Facebook, and he had made a post about getting an album of his signed, and I mentioned it, was like, hey, if I order some stuff from you ever, would you be kind enough to sign these for me? And he was like, absolutely. So I ordered a couple more CDs from him. We have The New Age of Terror, which came out in 2004. This is the band's third full-length album, and as you can see, he signed it. Thrash metal, Caden DePena, and this actually features members from other bands that I actually listened to. You have Glenn Rogers on guitar, who is currently in Deliverance, as well as Primal. Angel Espino, the bass player, is currently in Heretic, and formerly he was in Bitch, Once Dead, Uncle Slam, among others. And then Jorge Iacobellis, the drummer on here, is also currently in Primal, so that was kind of cool to find out. And I also picked up El Rostro de la Muerte, which is the fourth full length that came out in 2004. And as you can see, he signed that one as well. Here you got new members, Lance Harrison and Steve Harrison on guitar and bass, respectively. This is their first full-length appearance, having joined on the Assassins of War EP, which came out in 2007, and then the following EP and splits thereafter. So yeah, definitely check out Hyrax if you love some good speed and thrash metal. Next up, get my little page turned here, because yes, I do have those because I am getting really forgetful sometimes. We have Chris Manning with Destinations. And this is my first time actually hearing this guy. And he is a Dallas, Texas-based guitarist who has done session work and played with bands such as Drowning Pool, Lynch Mob, Dangerous Toys, etc. And recently, Scott Waters, who put this out on his No Life Till Metal Records label, mentioned that you can not only pick up signed copies by, of course, Chris, but Bruce Kulick. Because Bruce not only does a solo on this album, on track 3, Start Over Now. But he is also the creative consultant on this album, so he had a big hand in this. So to not only get it signed by the artist, but also add another Bruce autograph to my collection, had to take that opportunity. And I gotta say though, this is some killer stuff. If you love good, hard rock with some great guitar playing, definitely check this out. The vocals are really good. I definitely recommend checking this out. I'm really pleased with that. And last but not least, I actually found this on Newberry Comics when I was pre-ordering something that they just announced, and I saw they still had copies of this, and I'm like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna pick that up. And that is Nile with What Should Not Be Unearthed. Whoops. And as you can see, signed by Carl Sanders and Dallas Toller Wade. Of course, I have a Carl autograph from the Metalhead box, but I didn't have Dallas's autograph. I was kind of disappointed that George Colias didn't autograph this as well, but still, very happy to have this in the collection. Of course, Nile, the technical, brutal death metal band out of South Carolina, Egyptian themed. This is their 6th full length and just another killer addition to their already amazing catalog, in my opinion. So, really happy to add my first ever signed Nile CD to the collection. And, yeah, that is going to do it. Thank you guys so much for watching and subscribing. And until next time, stay brutal.